Mark Martin takes the checkered flag, and in tribute to a fellow he used to race against in the ASA and here in what's now the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series, goes on what Alan Kulwicki described as the Polish victory lap. Welcome to the Lipitor post-race show as Mark Martin breaks a 97 race winless streak. He's in Phoenix Victory Lane. Matt Yoakum's there.
His crew chief, Alan Gubson, reached his lifelong dream to go to Victory Lane with his hero, Mark Martin. The first person he high-fives and hugs is Gubson and the crew. Mark, you rolled into Victory Lane, and you had a cell phone call from the boss. What Rick had to tell you about getting the 5 back to Victory Lane?
He just congratulated me, man. He makes dreams come true. You know, I sat and watched Tim Richmond win after he was sick, and this is as big a deal to me. It just means so much. And Arlene, thank you for letting me do it. CarQuest, Kellogg's, Sprint, all the folks that support this thing. Chevrolet, monster horsepower under the hood. There was enough gas in the tank. Thank you, thank you.
Fall 2005, the last time you went to Victory Lane, but then a late restart. You had Newman in front. You had your buddy Tony Stewart, who was at your open house a few weeks ago, behind you. It doesn't get any more dramatic than that. Walk us through.
Well, I knew Tony Stewart was good for a while when at the finish. I knew that, you know, I had the opportunity to lose it right there. And, you know, because Tony was going to throw anything. I mean, Tony raced me clean, but he raced me crazy, too, to get the win. So, I knew I had to go. I went one way, and then that didn't work. So then I went the other, and made it work. But we had the car. Thanks, guys.
And Mark Martin getting hugs and high fives from his former boss and old teammates from Roush Racing. Mike, what a special Victory Lane.
A great win for one of NASCAR's greatest ever competitors and maybe the best Sprint Cup driver who has never won the championship.
There's one word that describes Mark Martin, R-E-S-P-E-C-T, respect.
And I think what you just saw there in Victory Lane, competitors, bosses that he used to drive for coming to congratulate him in Victory Lane, I think that absolutely supports what Darrell just said.
Been a long time coming. Let's have a look at battles to the flag and tempers flaring after the flag. Here's Kurt Busch, and here Jimmy Johnson came all the way up to battle for third at the flag.
Just about had it, but he lost it off turn 4. He's lucky he saved the car. Great recovery.
Then on the what's supposed to be the cool down lap, watch this as Dale Earnhardt Jr. turns Casey Mears around. And before they get to the garage area, here comes Mears back at him. Pow.
So evidently, now we kind of know who was involved back on lap 301.
Oh, yeah.
Evidently. I think we found the suspects.
Nice run for Sam Hornish, finishing 9th. Reed Sorensen, a top 12 finish. Casey Kane, his teammate, right behind him. Ambrose hung on for a top 15. A lot of good stories here.
And this is another reason why I like night racing. I mean, you couldn't have fireworks on the track and in the air unless it was a night race.
And you just look at the penalties late in the race that took people out of contention. Kyle Busch had a lug nut penalty, finished 17th. Brian Vickers, speeding on pit road, finished 19th. And then also you've got Jeff Gordon, who had the lug nut issue, and Juan Pablo Montoya. Those were guys that maybe had top 10 runs. Penalties took them right out of it.
Oh, Sam Hornish hung in there and got him a top 10. I was pretty proud of him. And Rudeman, he got him in 8th place.
Jimmy Johnson, Tony Stewart on the way in to congratulate the old man. Mark Martin at age 50 wins for the first time in 98 starts. We'll be back with more from Phoenix International Raceway. You are watching NASCAR on Fox on a very special night.
Third, fourth, and second and consecutive weeks. You guys are so close to that first win. Talk about tonight's race.
I mean, you can't say you run happy running second, especially to Mark Martin. I mean, it's good to see him still kicking butt. You know, it makes this generation where everybody's supposed to retire a lot earlier seem the longevity seems a lot more realistic now. I mean, it just shows that a guy like him, I mean, he can kick our butts just like anybody else. But really proud of Darren Grubb and all the guys in this Office Depot Old Spice team. We're just chiseling away, man. It's like I can taste it. I know it's coming. It's just a matter of getting there. But you know, it's this is for Eugene and all the guys at Haas CNC. I mean, this is Haas Automation, all the Haas CNC Racing from last year. These guys welcomed us with open arms, and just proud of all these guys, proud of our fans that come here, and just awesome week, man. I couldn't be happier.
See you next week. Good luck.
Thanks.
Nobody drives harder than Kurt Busch. Started third, finished third in his 300th start. How did you manage to do so well after bouncing the thing off the wall?
Yeah, that was a mistake I made. I thought for 1 second, don't do it. I thought for another second, keep these guys behind you because track position's important. Third time I thought about it, I was in the fence. Just too many choices and didn't make the right decision. But my crew held me in there all night long, gave me great pit stops. I felt like a third place effort tonight was like a win because Mark Martin was stout, Tony Stewart was strong midway through the race. So great job for Miller Lite Dodge and everybody with Mobil 1, Lennox, PPG, and Snap-on. It feels good. Right now we're running pretty good.
Indeed, a great team effort for Kurt Busch and his gang.
Well, Jimmy Johnson came up a little bit short in his bid for 4 straight, but one of the first things you said was how excited you were about your teammates' win.
I am. I'm very, very happy for that entire 5 team. Rick, that number means so much to he and his family. And to have that car in victory lane. I know the toughest part right now is that Rick's at home. He's not here, and it's going to be awfully tough on him watching this from the couch. So, boss, we miss you. I wish you were here to have some champagne sprayed on you. But those guys have been working hard, and Mark wasn't mad yesterday in our debrief, so we all knew we were in trouble at that point.
Well, it wasn't a 4-pack for Jimmy Johnson, but a 4th still feels pretty good.
Thanks, Krista and Jimmy. And Hendrick Motorsports, 5 straight wins here in Phoenix as we check the unofficial results. Mark Martin, his first win other than in a Roush car. You saw Jack Roush come over and congratulate him.
It's great right now. We're looking at the unofficial results.
Carl Edwards, 10th, which he was not in the
fought back
picture.
to 10th, and there's his teammate, Jamie McMurray, struggled on that line. But how about Reed Sorensen? Great finish right there for Richard Petty Motorsports, followed by his teammate, Casey Keynes. Marcos Ambrose continues to have good, solid runs right there. Joey Logano, 1 lap down, a Rookie of the Year contender. Not a bad run for him. They got better as the race went on.
Mark Martin led more laps tonight than all of last year, 157. But Dale Earnhardt Jr., as you take a look, wound up 31st. He led 63 laps, tied for second most, and, had some bad luck, and then you saw the frustration later with the wreck.
Yeah, he got turned around right there, had a bad set of tires. But how about his teammate, Jeff Gordon? Had a great race car, leading the points and everything like that, and then turns right around, has a mistake on pit road that winds up costing him, puts him way back in the field, winds up 24th or 25th in the 24 car. So, those kind of things you've got to eliminate. We saw some good racing and some good calls. We saw some bad situations, it turned out, as far as the racetrack itself is concerned. But pit road, again, continues to plague a lot of teams.
You saw Mike Heltner and, Mark Martin at age 50. 50's the new number 1 in the 5 car for winning here. I mean, he's retired, he's unretired. I think Rick Hendrick even wanted an answer at some point. Hey, you're going to run full-time next year, and maybe this is a chance to win a championship. Maybe Mark is reinvigorated.
It may be a good time to ask him right now coming out of victory lane tonight. He'd probably get a yes out of him a lot easier.
And let's check the points now. We're through 8 of 36 races, 18 until the chase begins. So Jeff Gordon, you just talked about, Jimmy Johnson, they remain 1-2. There's Kurt Busch. And as we go further down the order, Matt Kenseth at 12, and close to that 12 spot is Mark Martin, 9 points out of that spot, as you see, and that's the key to get into the top 12. The extended pre-race show, an hour pre-race show, 1 o'clock Eastern from Talladega. By the way, you can't help but think Mark Martin at age 50, third oldest winner ever. Bobby Allison, who won the Daytona 500 in '88. Remember, it was Allison who suggested to Jack Roush, hey, give that young Martin guy a ride in his place back then.
And it really proved to be really the right decision.
Coming up, late local news for most of you tonight on Fox. And don't forget, next Saturday, Major League Baseball, and then Sunday, Talladega, the super speedway, the longest track on the circuit. Kyle Busch trying to defend his title. And again, the pre-race show with plenty of time to take a look at how that race will unfold.
You better nail down the recliner next week, baby. We're going to Talladega. We're going to be running wide open. I'm telling you, it's going to be fast.
For Jeff Hammond, I'm Chris Myers. For our entire crew, thanks for being a part of NASCAR on Fox.
Love it when it's forward, love it when it's fast, love it when the leader's caught, the pack is moving past, love it when they're making lots and lots of noise, can't wait to hear the W say. Boogity, 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 let's go racing, boys! Let's go racing, boys. NASCAR racing, boys.
This has been a presentation of Fox Sports. home to the World Series, the BCS, the NFC Championship, the Daytona 500, and FoxSports.com, the world's favorite sports site.